what are you doing?
Just one moment, guys. Yeah, what rank are you, Javelin? What's your Brood War skill level at? All right, I can join. Here we go. More Brood War time, boys. All right, so I am ready, and first game is going to be on Oxide. Will we see a TVT? Good question. Spawning in the top left-hand corner. Oh no, players already shown. So yeah, we have iFU's Crack, who is very strong, especially TVZ. And in the bottom right-hand corner, as the White Zerg, we have Lag Freeze ZT. And there definitely has been some unhappiness from Protosses on this map. Not just Ket. I mean, obviously Ket was very vocal about it, but definitely have heard a lot of Protosses saying they find this map to be very annoying to play against Terran. But of course, this is ZVT, but some of the same concepts apply. I mean, you know, narrow chokes and engagements are generally not that great for Zerg unless you're using lurkers to, you know, hold a position or whatever. Lancer, I don't know how you do it. Play so many games. That's crazy. But you're like the version that actually gets better. Like there's the guy named Mission that like plays like anywhere from like 1,500 to 4,000 ladder games a season. And he's done this for the past 8 seasons or so, and he is still barely able to hold D+. So if you ever checked out that account before, it's pretty funny to look at. It's MISHIN. But I don't know how you can play, 8, 10, 12 hours of Brood War a day for 2 years and still be barely D+. Must confessing that he is actually Mission. Someone says update the score. I'm not the one running the displays, so I guess Mika saying the scores are not updated. Shinra just discovers Mission. He's like, oh my god, so many games. Yeah, I don't know how you play 4,000 games either. He had like 2,000 wins, 2,000 losses, if I remember correctly, in one season. But I mean, I was calculating and thinking about it. I was like, if you played all like 10, 15-minute games, it's like 10 hours of like legit playing each day, not including a wait time between games. So in reality, it probably works out to like 14 hours a day, which is just unreal. Here, I'll spell it for you. It's this dude. Now back to the game at hand, but mention is hard not to mention. All right, we got a bunch of lings out, which means we probably had overpool, since we do have a hatchery down. There are 6 of them. And Kryak bring the SCVs to the ramp, which is what he needs to do. They will be in position in time. All 4 of them neatly placed. Dragon's like, what the fuck? Yeah, he has an ungodly number of games. Oh man, okay. So bunker's going up, but will be a 3rd Marine coming down to join his buddies. This can run in. The SCV building the bunker's just going to die. The Marines aren't even in range. And here go the Lings. Oh, but I guess the block is too good. And ZT does not go for it. Now the bunker's up, so Kryak will be just fine. So yeah, someone should get in touch with Mission and like teach him. Like, I don't understand how you can play that many games of Brood War and still be that bad. For that many games. Like, that's crazy. No, his name is ZT. Z-E-T-Y, but it does sound similar to Zeki, just without the k sound. Alright, so we got 3 hatcheries going down. Got 100 gas. We should see a lair. There we go. And the SCV spots the exact timing of the lair. Now, I played the guy once. Part of his problem is basically he did 2 fact. Seemingly got scared of my 4 goons halfway between my bases on Python. And stopped there. Built a bunker. And then from there, tried to expand while slow pushing with bunkers up to my base, but he never got close enough to my base with the bunkers to choke me off. So I was basically allowed to take a 3rd base, and I could still move out of my choke. So I just took a 3rd base, went around all his bunkers, and killed him at home. It was pretty painful. So that's probably why Mission is still bad, but anyone that plays that game, you'd think they'd have access to like strategy and would know what they're doing. Bunker fully garrisoned for Kryak. 2 more Raxes. Okay, this is 2 Rax Academy. This is more typical, if you will, than what Lumix did. Few more Lings coming out here pre-muta, so we should be going out no sunken, so just going to go for the Ling way of defending Marines, which does work. Unable to quite kill that. All right, here come the Marines pushing out. So you got to be careful here if he is going to defend this with Lings, that he doesn't lose a bunch carelessly, or else he'll way have to overproduce. But he does have a ton of Lings being rallied out now. Spire is 2/3 done, or 3/4 done rather. And is he going to threaten run by? I rather doubt it, but perhaps. He's trying to find these back Marines. No, he's going to threaten run by. There's fire bats in the bunker, but all the Lings are getting by from ZD, and this is a horrible trickle through. And yet somehow a tremendous number do make it through back in the base, and that immediately forces the retreat from ZT. So he will be able to kill off any building turrets. Of course, actually Spire is done. Muta have not quite started yet. So the turret kills won't end up doing much. He's trying to get the Academy, which shouldn't matter at this point. There certainly should be range and stim both done. And in the end, I don't really know how much those Lings did. He delayed turrets a little bit, but to be honest with the Muta, actually, this could be a little bit close, but I think if turrets go up right about now, he'll still be okay with the turrets, although they need to start. There we go. No, that's a depot. What is this? Oh, okay, he's gonna try to defend this way. Oh god! Oh god! Okay, he loses 2, but he has 3 sunks at home, so he can just ignore this and just kind of go harass the base. Turrets will go now. Alright. But the economy's gonna be a little low, because that was the GD made. That didn't end up doing particularly crazy damage or anything. And loses 3 Marines to the wall of Sunkens. And this obviously has ZD concerned enough that he is keeping the Muta close to home and not going over to Karak's base. Oh, he's got a... Oh, never mind. That explains much better why the Muta are staying close to home. We have no sign of a Hydra Den yet, though. So are we going to see another round of Crazies here? Because we definitely don't have a Hydra Den. This base has been found. Muta and Ling are going to need to scramble over here to defend this. And now the Lings are running in. And the Muta as well. Muta are getting targeted down. Ooh, none go down? Oh, 1 goes down. Alright, so that defense was okay. ZD does hold on to his 3rd. Yeah, okay, there's the Hydrogen. So now we have that on the way as well. And now, having cleared that force out, the Muta are free to do a little harassment over here. Let's see, if you played 3 games an hour, 22 games is definitely not 3 to 5 hours. 22 games is more like 6 to 8 hours of actual play, but when you count waiting time in the lobby, you're probably looking at 10 hours a day of, like, playing, per se. So that is actually a ton of medics for Krak. He's got like 6 medics in that force. So mad healing. He's got 3 racks. We should be getting fairly close then. Yeah, we got a starport on the way now. Let's see how the timing here is. We can do some pressure. Third base is up, and we are mining gas. It's mined about 100 of that so far. And Krak is moving across the map here with this army, but it is getting attacked a little bit by these Muta. And even though they're not in that high numbers, they're being quite effective. If a Muta only army wins against a bunch of Marines in the middle, that'd be pretty crazy. Alright, so here comes the lurkers. He actually wants to slow this down or something? Or maybe he's just worried that the Marines could spread at the entrance against the lurkers, but I think this is tight enough. The 2 lurkers right about here can't be spread at and sufficiently kill everything that comes through the choke, but either way. Not what ZD is opting for here, and I don't think there's enough Marines left over from Cryak to actually charge into these lurkers, especially with the Muta still out there as well. Oh shit, he's out of position. Some drones are gonna go down here for sure. Where's the rest of the army? It needs to get back. He's not gonna be able to target down all the gas drones. And now the Mutiling will come back and clean this up. Actually does a nice job not even losing any Muta in the process. And well, that's a lot of medics. It will be a lot of medics as they are going to fall to these Lings. But now there are 2 tanks out from Cryak and the vessel about to pop as well. Hive is almost done, but the Defiler Mound is not done, so timing seems reasonably normal. And there should be a little bit of opportunity here for this little push. A few more medics coming out, that's good, because he desperately needed those. Gotta be careful of the lurkers. I guess he's thrown down a scan, as he was able to get some shots off on that lurker. And now everything runs forward. This is a pretty good spot to run forward, too, as he could catch them before they go up the ramp. And he does get a bunch of kills before the medics arrive. Tanks actually, Cryak actually worried enough. He sieges up the tank, scans, kills the lurker, and more Lings inexplicably run in. And now we will begin to see Cryak with his pre-hive timing. Defiler Mound, though, is already pretty far done. So if Cryak wants to make anything happen with this, he needs to get ready to roll. And I see about 4 lurkers on the map here for ZT with a few more morphing back. It is natural. And they have burrowed on the high ground. Puka saying 1 sec. I guess you can go to pause if needed. Got a slight pause. And ZD has now repositioned the army over to the other side, coming up onto the high ground. Tanks are actually going to siege up, maybe they need to, I don't know, hard to say. But they don't siege up in range of the lurkers, so he's doing a pretty good job buying time here. Consume is almost done, so this basically won't really accomplish any serious damage, as the Defiler should be out. He should get a Nidus Canal probably up over here, but he may just run his units up over to defend this third, although I don't see any Defilers yet. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. It's all good now. It's all good. Here we go, moving in. Swarm goes up, lurkers move forward, and the army must run back now from Cryak. 1 lurker burrows outside of the swarm, and then the tanks unsiege. A little slow to do so. 1 tank falling down to the lurker spines, and then Crya's just going to move back here and siege up again. But we can see the transition from Cryak is looking fairly nice. So he got a lot of vultures out. He's got his mines almost done, so it'll be good for preventing the counterattacks. And he's well on the way to his mech transition. Actually, is pumping about 5 fag vultures, which is a little different than what you see normally. Normally, it's about 3 fags, get vultures, secure your third, and then unleash the full mech. Oh, the vessel is casually left in front. Scourge, Cryak, splitting. Very nice split. He's going to get all of the Nope, one of the lurkers will live as the Ling's coming up to defend, but the Marines pulling back now, pulling those Lings into siege tank fire range. But Cryak has lost the vessel, but is reinforcing this with some vultures here, which will have their mines now. And now the army is suddenly able to siege from ZD, and I think he'll just be able to move through this. But let's see here. We go, the lurkers burrow maybe a little bit early, but everything is running back. All the Lings of ZD are attacking, and he's got one of the tanks down. The lurkers are moving forward still. Actually, this is ending up being a very efficient trade for Cryak. In the meantime, the vultures just laying a bunch of mines down. And finally, ZD does break through, but lost quite a bit in the process. And now finally Crack has lifted his barracks. He actually doesn't have any more medics left. So he's got a bunch of idle marine groups, but no medics in there. And there we go. Now we've got the third base landed. Desperately in need of an SCV transfer. There it is. There it is. Oh, and over on the left side of the map, bottom left, we have the fourth base going up here. Oh, actually, bottom left and top right, we have a double expand. Yeah, Hackle will have a new and improved mic that will hopefully actually work and be audible without him having to sound like a dying ghost. Puka's obsing because he's running all the graphics and stuff. Alright, so some vultures have found this hatchery. I don't know if this hatchery at the top right has been scanned yet. Oh, we got some lurkers heading over here. They're actually going to sneak by the vultures. Crack seems not to notice. Oh, actually Crack has seen this hatchery here, laying a bunch of mines. Will not quite be able to cut off the second entrance of mines. The lurkers are burrowing. Actually very smart to bring the Overlord to clear out the mines. And the Marines over here actually are able to kill outright the hatchery. So he's able to shut down one of them, but it looks like Zed is going to hold on to at least one of the gas bases over here. Got the floating racks now for scouting. And Crack is on about 8 factories. We'll be here in a sec when they all finish, so plenty of units going to be pouring out now for Crack. Alright, so a large army here from the CD coming forward with defilers and all. Lings are dragging away most of the mines. Swarm goes off, second swarm goes off. Lurkers are just kind of chilling here though. Not burrowed, so they're actually kind of dying to seed sink splash. Now the lurkers move forward, and it looks like Crack's just going to stand and let his stuff die, so pretty efficient trade there from ZD, who looks to be in a okay position supply-wise. Down just 10 right now. But ZD has a ton of minerals. Almost 3k. Oh, Scourge getting a vessel, and he actually is trying to break through here to Crack's third. If he does, this is going to be a really big deal. At the same time... never mind, that was a barracks. That Crack was attacking the third, but it's just a barracks. A harmless barracks. He does not have... Or does he have one more swarm? If he could bust through that depot, it would be absolutely huge. But the seed sink's still alive. Actually, now it is gone. But another one has come. If he can just get through, lurkers move forward to burrow on top of it. Are there going to be reinforcements? No. Circling's actually just being sent up the center of the map. And the depot getting very low on health. These SCVs are going to be in serious trouble. Assuming these lurkers here unburrow and move forward into the base. Here we go. He leaves the two at the ramp. He can't really run away. And one of them has actually gone down. The lurkers now burrow. Will all the SCVs die? By some miracle, they do not, so that is absolutely huge. Crack, with the escaping SCV train, will hold off the aggression without a significant economic loss, and he's actually established a fourth mineral-only base over here. Oh, we actually had maybe a lurker threat over here, too. I see a dead lurker, and SCV's all clustered by the gas. And ZD right now is just streaming units everywhere, but it looks like supply of Cryak is dwindling. I mean, base-wise, it's equal. If Cryak could stabilize, he might not be out of the game, but right now ZD is causing him headaches. Just kind of little groups of units attacking everywhere. See, Cryak is getting a lot of mines down. Ultra's just charging right into the natural, soaking up all those mines, but forced to run away in the end. Actually, it looks like he might stabilize. So Crack still holds a 15 supply advantage. And good solid defense here. Now these little streams of Ultra Ling I think will not be terribly intimidating. And Crack still looks a little thin on army despite being at 130 supply. Not exactly sure what it is. We got actually 2 vultures over here killing all the drones. Ling show up though and put a stop to that nonsense. And looking at upgrades, we have we got 3 carapace. We have no ultra carapace yet. How far is that along? It's almost done. So we've almost got ultra carapace. It's 3-0 carapace, and the mech upgrades are at 1-1. Oh, Vulture Raid gonna deny all the mining from this 5th base from ZD. There's still the Marine Vulture group over at the bottom left blocking ZD from trying to expand there. And here we go, another huge attack from ZD. We've got 5 or 6 Ultras in this. We've got a few Hydras and some Defilers. Needs to go up. I don't know if he can actually break through the depot this time because the repair ought to be hold. Oh, the Siege Tank Fire helps kill the depot though. And now Ultraling busting in. Crack will need to get down here and defend. We've got a lot of swarms going down though. And again, ZD pours into the 3rd base of Crack, which is critically his 3rd gas. And all the military defense is now down, but a lot more units coming back over from Crack. He gets rid of the Defilers. He should still be able to hold this. The SCVs again are going to run away. And again, some of them do escape. And it looks like Crack will hold. There's actually still a little bit of possibility for the command center to go down. It's being targeted. The Hydra Fire is all he has to worry about right now. And I don't think it's enough. It's just 2 Hydras left. So again, Crack holds. Although this time, ZD comes out with a supply lead. Which is pretty ominous for Crack. And so when Zerg starts to get ahead in supply, Crack is mined out. He's only mining from 1 base, and that is only a 4 mineral patch base. So ZD's looking fairly decent at this point. Making another large Ultra Ling army. I guess this is being decently effective. Like against large mech armies with lots of mines, usually this is not that effective head on, but it seems there's low enough mines and not enough units that there's like insane splash. So getting the job done, you could say. And now here we go, huge line outpouring from Zerg. Some Lings leading the way, clearing out mines, and charging in here. Ultra Ling getting on top of the tanks. Will it be enough though? There are still a few Ultras left. They do die fairly fast to siege tanks. Crack bring more of his army down, but at the same time does run an Ultra in there. But with all the returning siege tanks, he should be okay. And Crack holds off that attack from ZD. And the supply is still equalized, but still slightly ZD. Oh, if we look at the middle bit, white base of Zerg, we've got an eraser going on, but the drones are evacuated quickly, and it will be okay. But he will lose a few of the drones that are busy mining gas. Well, the one good thing you can say about Ultras is they're always great for spending your money. So he actually could make about another 5 Ultras right now. He's got a 1 point, he's got a, yeah, and he just made them. Made a bunch more Ultras, so now ZD finally has depleted his large mineral bank, and he's gone for a meter switch over here, and is doing a lot of damage to the tanks of Crack. Might not be long before they all start dying. They've got to run away. 1 has already gone down. More are going down. And of course that totally opens up the 3rd with all the tanks having to retreat back to somewhere where he has turrets and a few Goliaths coming out now to handle this Muta switch. But it looks like he will snipe another tank and maybe more even than that. And here comes another run by some Lings here, going to clear out the front mines. Actually, they're going to run right into the now undefended third as the tanks were forced to leave. And now they're desperately trying to get back in position. Command center getting attacked. And everything has to run away. The Siege tanks and Crack do come back and clean up these single ultras that are here. But Crack is just not being allowed to mine from that third base, and that is causing major problems. ZD's holding on to just a very small supply lead, which is already bad enough, but at some point I think it's going to explode because ZD's cleared out the bottom left. He's mining from, you know, at least 2 active bases. Whereas Kayak is mining from a 4 mineral patch bases, almost mined out, and only just starting to mine from his 7 patch base. Some nice radiates going down on the ultra clump down here at the middle left base, but I don't know if it'll be enough at this point. I feel like it's gonna be a difficult game for Cryak. From here, I mean, ZD has almost all the other bases on the map. Maybe Crack can go down and turtle his way towards the base at the middle of the map, but I don't know. Yeah, Crack is building another command center from inside of his own third base, which he will intend to float down to the bottom position. And he will absolutely need to secure that, and at some point from there move down to bottom left and get that if he wants to take it. And now we've actually got a mech push from Crack moving out across the map over towards the middle right base of ZD. Who is going to lose this base if he doesn't react. He's got a ton of ultras though. Looks like about 8 ultras. He's got 3 or 4 defilers in there, but he needs to react. Actually, it appears only 1 tank can shoot the hatchery, so the hatchery might live. Oh god, he's trying to come through the super narrow choke. That is the worst possible choice of engagement. ZD can't even run through there. He's got to come down this angle, but ZD just GG's. And Crack, seemingly dead, is your winner. ZD, you don't see that often. He was ahead in supply. He had a 10k resource advantage in that game, and GG'd. Wow. I don't understand that at all. I mean, he could have even gotten overlords, started dropping on the tanks. I mean, yeah, he was going to lose that base, but he still had 2 other bases, at least 2 other mining bases, and his little 4 mineral patch base. Like, weird. Weird. That was some magic stuff, and I'll be back in just a sec. Just going to use the restroom real quick, and we'll be ready for the next game. The cast started 2.5 hours ago. Well, maybe 2 hours ago, 2 hours and 15 minutes ago. It started about 10 minutes late. And Puka, I'm ready for you to pull the trigger whenever you are. Game 2, Outsider. So spawning in the top hand corner as our red Zerg, we have Castro, who we've not seen in a while. He's on LaGRee. And in the bottom position, as our white Terran, we have iFU's SPX, who is either a Russian or a Ukrainian Terran, who is fairly solid. I think Draw said he's around B or B plus skill, but he felt that he was pretty solid, but maybe a little bit out of shape. And of course, Castro is old school player, been around since the days of TSL, and I know back in those days he was A minus. We'll have to see. We haven't seen his name in the scene much here recently, so we'll have to see how active he's been and how dangerous he'll be. Really no idea what to expect from Castro. But Dragon's saying he doesn't think Castro's ZVT is particularly good. Oh, SPX was around in TSL times? Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Castro back in the day was quite strong. And okay, XPS is Russian. I was not sure, but it is now confirmed. Yeah, you're right. I'm not actually the one running the games, but yeah, it's possible. This is game 3, but it's still, yeah, like Puka says, it doesn't actually matter. Because it doesn't spoil anything. You can think of this as set 3, you can think of it as set 2, it ultimately adds the same thing. But yeah, you're right, it is technically supposed to be on Coliseum. So Castro with the 12th hatch here. And we got one barracks up from SPX. Who should be able to just go ahead and expand after this Marine. Yeah, we can see another one is not started. He's got an SCV over here though. Is he gonna put down a second barracks? He's already up to 18 supply, getting second depot. I mean, he's scouted, so he knows what's going on. Now he's gonna go ahead and expand. But a little bit on the slow side. Eon Zerg will stroke him. So Castro, like Michael, oh never mind, Castro has a third hatch over here. Alright, so Castro, not like Michael, is playing 3 hatch. Yeah, presumably. It's much more common here, especially because you can do the Guardian follow-up if you want to. For your defense. And we've got a few more Marines coming out. Bunker's up. It has 4 Marines in that. And we are going to see, okay, 5, well, probably 5 racks plus 1, as we do have the very quick eBay. Started basically a similar time to the gas. And yeah, so the one thing that is nice for Zergs about playing against +1 5 racks, they don't really have to build any early sunkens because it's only 1 racks of production for a while, and the Marines and medics, the medics come out a bit later. But of course, it's also obnoxious as heck because it has tons of Marines that allows you to move out faster against the Mutalisks and put pressure onto the Zerg's third base. Got layer about halfway down here. Plus one is actually not started yet, though. That's good. Okay, there it is. There it is. And of course, it's gonna be tricky for Zerg to scout too, because there's no like direct path. I'm surprised we don't see a drone or something glitching in from behind, just to confirm exactly what build it's gonna be. I mean, obviously you know if they move out quickly with Marines and Medics, it's not, but until then you don't really know, and it kind of changes your focus. Although, actually, it's worth noting, +1 fire axe on this map, usually it's to deny Zerg's third. But in this case, with the backdoor minerals, Castro's just able to take the base and just not be too stressed about it, so... I don't know how deadly strong this will be. I think Joe Kim was Game's friend, but then there was a bunch of drama between betting or something about them. And Game was basically like, turns out you're a scumbag or something. I don't know. There's like a huge blog. Psh, Bisu, man, so much more than that. You have no idea. Like Bisu, Soul Key, I forget who else. It was quite the night. We'll just leave it at that. Alright, so we got more Marines coming out. From 4 Raxes is where he's decided to stop at. He's got his range coming up, which will be... Whoa. We got a drop coming. Never mind, we got a Hydra Den. And we got a drop coming. Do we have Overlord speed? We're gonna have some lurker drops. Possibly slow drops, and want to see an Overlord move. Reveal to me your secrets. Is there speed? Or are these going to be slow drops? Alright, so here comes a move out from SPX, which is potentially dangerous because if all the Marines are gone when the lurkers get dropped in, it is slow drops. It is slow drops. It's not 2-hatch slow drops though, so it's not like super crazy fast. But there's no turrets, at least on one side, because there's no muta. So this has problematic potential, particularly if he gets lurkers being dropped in both mining bases. Oh wait, never mind. All right, the lurkers have been unloaded. They're now in the base. They could be seen by SPX. There's a Marine wandering around. He probably knows about them. The SCVs are not being pulled quite yet. They need to be pulled right now, or they're not going to be... There we go. Nice reaction time. Looks like he's not actually transferring them to a base, though. He's moving them out of the way. There's no subsequent drop at the natural, though. So this is not actually that scary. Scan goes down. Lurker 1 goes down. Lurker number 2 also goes down. And Crisis is averted. There's actually a Lurker being loaded up with 2 more Lurkers. That usually works a lot better when you drop simultaneously at both bases. But perhaps this base, with all these turrets and stuff, it's just hard to access, so he wasn't able to do that. And now we got speed coming out, so we're going to have faster Overlords with more dropping potential. We got a lot of Hydra Alert coming out. Which should necessitate the response of, yeah, and he scanned it and is indeed adding 2 factories. Usually 1 factory tank's just not enough. Alright, we got 2 more lurkers here. And here we go. Take 2 of the run-bys. SPX should react right about now. Yes, perfect. Gonna lose like 1 SCV. Alright, so now he has to be careful, get his forces back together, and make sure he just gets a little bit of a surround. He can come down this angle and this angle and get a decent surround off. Alright, so he runs in. Here we go. Exactly what I was talking about with the spread. Gets 1, gets the second. Good deal. Takes care of those, but we got lurkers over here that attack the turret because Caster didn't micro them, so instead of getting SCV kills on everything, he gets 2 turret kills. Slightly suboptimal. Just slightly. And Caster are moving to take the double gas. We've got missile attacks coming. I've got a lot of Hydra out, not quite as many Lurker. And for SPX, whoa, we got Lurkers over here. Still no kills though. But there's a lot of denied mining time at this point. Oh, got a spread, bro. There we go. There we go. Lurkers go right down. That's the Terran control I'm looking for. You might actually lose the comp set here. Does he just not know he's got enough for scans? Why does he not kill the Lurkers in his natural? What the fuck? He's gonna lose his one scanner now. He doesn't have enough energy to scan. But over here, you have the big drop. And without scan, well, he's going to have one scan, but that's a bit concerning. I mean, there are turrets here, but this is a bit concerning for SPX. Got the starport starting now. Alright, here comes the drop. Hydra Lurk being dropped in the base. The tank will go down real fast. The rest of the Hydra being dropped. There really need to be Lurkers with this or it's going to get shredded though. Almost comically. What the fuck was that? He doesn't even drop everything. That was Hydra's being donated for a tank. Still, SPX is in a really poor position. He's about 15 supply behind. The Lurkers are still alive at the natural, because I guess there's not scans. And we got two more Lurkers trying to come in over here, one more. Here's the second one. But Castro just not quite executing this well enough. Still, actually, what the fuck? They picked up kills. Don't tell me you sent SCVs into the Lurkers. They were like 1-0 kill Lurkers, now they're suddenly 10 kills on them. Castro's just dropping Lurkers endlessly, being really obnoxious. But Castro's just taking the whole map in the process. Oh, I saw rubble here, and it was off screen of the command center, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, the command center didn't possibly die, did it? But no, it's alive. Unfortunately, Castro has like a way large supply advantage. It's now 30, as these drops are doing terrible damage to SPX, who's just not quite been able to handle them correctly, and that's without ideal execution from Castro. I mean, he could have done significantly more damage with these drops. Here comes another random Lurker. Enough to force the Marines to run away. And this looks like a drop. A very large, somewhat scary drop. With CC still not landed. What the fuck? Finally. Holy shit. Oh my god, okay. But here comes the drop. Here comes the drop. He's dropping right on top of the tanks. The Marines are out of position. This is not good. The Overlords could die really fast. He needs to get Lurkers down if this drop is going to be supported. That is a lot of Hydra, though. There we go. They got some Lurkers. They need to move. They need to bro. We got some Blinks coming out, too. And lots of units now in the base of SPX. The Marines might be able to clean it up, as there are still decent numbers of them. But these two Lurkers are a huge problem. And the DPS of the Hydra combined with the Lurker, oh, there's 4 of them. No, it looks like SPX is going to fall apart here. Will not even be able to clean up the Lurkers. The scan runs out, and SPX can only GG. It is tied 1-1. Wow. That's what happens when you only mine from one base. You end up with a 10k resource differential. Yes, that was very one-sided. And now it is time for Game 3, which is actually on Coliseum. So Game 3 that is actually Game 2. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position from iFU, we have Whistler. And in the top right-hand corner from LaGRee, we have Shaku. Whistler's A-. He's fairly strong. I've seen him do pretty well in games against Draw, so if you can hold your own and win series against Draw, you're obviously fairly strong as a Zerg player, as Draw is one of the better PvZers we have. And Shaku, I don't know too much about. But unless he's some super old Ghostu that I don't know about, I would certainly say Whistler is our favorite player. At the start of this matchup. But we'll have to see how he looks again. Activity just counts for so much. Like if you go inactive for 2 weeks versus the player that, you know, grinded practice games a lot for 2 weeks, totally different tendency for results contest. Okay, apparently Shaku is also A-, so that would make this a little more even. Whistler's A-. Whistler's A-. Oh wow, so Whistler is opting to cross-scout with the Overlord. So he will find Protoss nice and quick with the Overlord, which would be nice. And it looks like it is 12 hats from Whistler. Yeah, I really like it too, the bridge scout on Fighting Spirit. I know that works really nice because then you can see if the little bugger probe is gonna block your hatchery, and yeah, if you keep scouting all the way into the middle, you can see if there's proxied gateways. Alright, so we got a forge. I guess we're going to do gateway here and have 2 zealots to block. Gonna go Nexus first. Obviously can do that. Well, forge Nexus, not quite Nexus first. And this probe might try to block the drone from making the hatchery. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Nope. Oh, we got the sunken drone. He's blending in with his surroundings. But he didn't burrow quite enough. Just chilling halfway in the sand. Looks like one of those, whatever you call them, the ancient little crab-looking things. I forget what they're called. Trilobites. Looks sort of like a trilobite. And got a cannon going up. Trilobite drone's just got to bang away on that pylon until it goes away. Until these guys get rid of it. So there we go, Ling's coming in. Pylon will not be cancelled. Back in the base, we see the cannons going up. Which, oddly enough, against the 12 hatch, you got... Why against 12 hatch cross pause would you get a cannon before a gateway? That's really weird. In fact, he might have got the second cannon before gateway, which is very weird. So slower, expect slower here from Shakur's second gate. Oh, this play. This is, I've seen Lancer X do this before. It's kind of weird, a little unorthodox, but getting 2 gateways and having kind of a weird, pretty quick zealot timing. But yeah, Whistler's going to be happy with this position since he did that. And I mean, not only did he waste money on the pylon, he also built 2 cannons before gateway. which is not typical 12th Hatch stuff. Also, if any of you are wondering, Movie talked about this in one of his tutorials. If you don't know when to make your cannons, just base it off the pool timing. If you start cannons on most maps when the pool finishes, you'll be fine. Is that a hatchling hatchery? Yeah, it's another hatchery. We've got gas. In fact, we've got a lair done. So if we look at this, we've got... Oh, whoa, that's not a spire. Hello. We got lair with no... Oh, there's a spire. Which should be okay timed. Start getting about halfway done. Spire. About 1/3 of the way. 2/3 of the way. Oh, sorry, 1/3 of the way. Oh, if he spent money on 3 pylons. Yeah, I knew it's true. One was not canceled. I didn't realize he spent on 3 pylons. I missed that. Alright, so Stargate is up. And it'll be iffy if he gets 1 kill or not. I don't think he gets 1 kill if he goes all the way to Zerg's base. He can get this Overlord, though, if he wants. And we're going to have the Citadel, so we're going to have speed lots here. We got the +1 going. +1 timing's slow, though. For a build that looks like dedicated +1, it's a little on the slow side. Oh, what? Okay, he's gonna get 2 Overlord kills. That's a bit odd. And we have more gateways going up. The Overlord will see this. Alright, so +1. Yeah, +1 timing is pretty late. We're at 6:45. We're only halfway to +1 weapons. So, unless he's just trying to get in 1 round of Zealots from these gateways before he pushes and have like a big, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 Zealot timing at just slightly later than normal, then perhaps. But I don't know. His leg speed is getting pretty close, so we should see the Zealots here move out soon. We'll see. Is there going to be a large Zealot reinforcement? Maybe not. Yeah, it is. Okay. And he's going to wait for them, it looks like, before he moves out. Oh, Lane's coming in here, going to deny the 3rd base. The probe trying to make that. And the probe just runs away, so he will probably just get chased. And here come the Zealots moving out, and he doesn't have an Overlord. See this? Alright, well, he's got a sunken here. But, this is totally unscouted right now. He might scout these 2, which actually can just get picked off. Whoa, nice reactions. Now perhaps he suspects that there's speedlots out on the map. I guess he feels comfortable with this here as his defense, but I don't know what stops Zealots from just running by that thing. No changes in his plans here. Lots and lots of drones, but very exposed base down here. And the Zealots run right through. We're gonna get right on top of that sunken colony. There's lurkers being morphed though, so once those are out, they will stop the attack. Some of the Zealots down here are target firing down drones, and the lurkers morphing very nicely on time. And again, when you hit at 8:30, you know, it just gives Zerg more time to have all his tech out. So just kind of an odd build with odd timings and everything. And really, this is not going to do that much damage here. He's going to kill the Sunken at the front perhaps, but you know, killing 1 Sunken is generally not a huge deal. We do still have some continued harass over here. If he gets the Evo Chamber, that's kind of worth it. Delay the +1 attack, but unfortunately the Zealots are chased away. And Protoss still has a nice supply lead, but the +1 attack very comfortably and easily shut down. Although, just as I say that, there's a Zealot here in the main with 2. Check that. Where are the units? What the fuck? 3 kills. What am I watching? Thank you. 4 kills. And dies. Alright, so a little bit reminiscent of draw against Technics on match point, where Zealot just randomly kills 4 drones for no reason. So now perhaps that Zealot attack was sort of worth it. I mean, 4 drones here, 2 or 3 died here. So about 7 or 8 drones for 7 or 8 Zealots. Kind of your end tally. Java Turn thinks it's 11 lost drones. I didn't see quite that many die, but who knows? It's possible I missed a couple while you guys are counting. So 11, that's a pretty significant number. It's probably a quarter of his economy at that point, maybe even a third. So yeah, in the end, for silly reasons, it's worth it. Wait. There was a Zealot that killed 7 drones in the main? I missed that one because there were also 4 killed at the natural. That's like 15 drones, so never mind. Successful Zealot timing. But off of this, Whistler's going to take a 4th base. Although if it ran in the main, it might have ran in the main from the 3rd. So yeah, it's possible. So we know there was at least 11 kills, maybe more. Oh, DT, 3, it's unnoticed, 4, 5, a few lurkers trying to bird the front, 6, 7, 8, nope, 8 dies in mid-swipe with his sword raised. He was gunned down, acided down by the Hydras. And over here we have a Zealot run by. Oh my god. Shaku is causing Whistler all kinds of problems and then some. And now the hatch is being targeted. And are there enough units to defend the hatch? No, it seems there's actually another little attack here. Protoss. Whistler is going to lose his natural hatch. Of all the hatcheries you'd expect, that's not the one. And now going for the den as well. And Shaku is going to be on 3 bases here in a sec. So Whistler is way behind now. Completely killing off that base. And drones are transferred over here. I was worried there was going to be a DT or something because there's no defense over there. And we are up to about 30 supply difference now from all this aggression. Whistler is going to remake that hatchery, but out pushes Shakuras. Although this already doesn't have any Templar in it. And there's a maybe there's not as decent of a Hydra mass as I thought. This army could still be scary to this Zerg army. A little bit uncoordinated though. And the Hydra do go up the high ground. That's smart. They can now engage from the high ground onto the low ground. And there we go. The change comes to fight. There's knobs there to get lurkers. Nice pullback there. Making sure it doesn't get sniped. I don't even know if there's lurkers on the field though. There doesn't seem to be. And if this is reinforced, this could be very, very dangerous. Actually, Whistler just leaves the game. So that puts LaGRee up 2-1 over iFU. Really, really surprising starting result. And there's still Terror left to play, at least for LaGRee. Now, iFU does get 2 uses of Scan, which is probably 2 wins, assuming Scan is here. So it's really imperative that this is going to be tough. Someone's got to beat Eon Zerg. So I think it's still really going to be tough for LaGRee. But perhaps somebody like Terror can beat Eon Zerg. Although I would like to know. I mean, if Scan is not here, that really changes the situation. But if Scan is there, that's likely to be 2 wins. Alright, so we're going to have game 4 on Overwatch. Alright, so we're going into game 4 on Overwatch. Spawning in the top left-hand corner as our White Terran, we have iFU's Dre. also known as Andre's Best Dre, Dre, lots of names. And from LaGRee, we have Wapool. I have no idea who the heck Wapool is. So we have TVP. Which is definitely a matchup we have not seen on this map. Javatarian saying Wapu is a Gosu Peruvian. I guess that's not a surprise, as LaGRee is pretty much a Peruvian team in its entirety. Now, what do we have here? This map looks... Where do you engage? I guess there's a bit of room in the center, but if Terran gets near your base... there's some spots you can engage from. I can see this being a little bit tricky in some spots to play against Terran, but at the same time, there are some high ground pods if you get your army up on. You can get a nice high ground to low ground engage, but there's also a lot of narrow passages, so you really got to be careful and not let the Terran army maneuver into too favorable position before it gets all sieged up and scary. Yeah, I wonder why Peru has so many Brood War players. I always kind of wonder what causes certain countries to be like so into Brood War versus others that have obviously very low representation. Yeah, China has a lot, but I don't know how many Chinese actually play on IC Cup. I don't feel like I see that often. Yeah, maybe it is shitty computers, but then again, countries like Germany have pretty decent representation. I don't know how much how significant a percentage of the player base is made up by players from Germany, but there's certainly a strong German scene in terms of players. You got Dota, you've got Baku, you've got Kryak, to a lesser degree you've got Shrinker. I mean, it's not quite as crazy as the Polish community or the Swedish community, but oh, there's PC bangs? There's PC bangs in like Sweden or in Peru? Really? I did not know that. I did not know there were like PC bang type places in Peru. That'd be kind of fun. Shrinker's not German? Oh, I thought he was. I could be wrong. I thought he won the German tour or whatever, but maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Alright, so the factory going up, things look pretty standard so far from Dre. They actually look pretty standard too from Wapool. Professor Protoss, never mind. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know why I confused him with Shrinker. One more hit needed on this SCV to get rid of it, but the Dragoon is bugging in the minerals, and the SCV is dead. And it is going to be just gateway expand. So really standard opening so far from both players. Whoa, do we have an SCV getting in? No, it tries to, but it is killed by goons. And Dre moving out here. This FD seems really, really late, though. It's moving out at exactly 5 minutes on the clock. There's already 4 goons out at the home base. And that's from just 1 gateway. Yeah, that's very odd. He's not making another, though, and is opting to add 2 gateways instead, but 4 goons is still plenty to defend an FD, especially if he tries to come over the bridge. It'll be too narrow, and the goons will defend that really comfortably. Comes the first vulture. Goons actually expecting the FD to come the other way, as we can tell from their positioning, but here we go. It's an FD, but only has like 4 Marines, so it's really not very scary at all. And Goon's giving a little chase, but don't give too much chase! Eats 1 mine, then pulls back, rearranging his Goons. Nice. Oh god, don't lose the tank. He actually could give complete chase now, but obviously he's going to be scared that there are mines out there, and will make the smart decision not to do so. Got 3 guns in production. And back at the base of Dre, we have the next factory going up. So yes, everything looks quite standard so far. And other than that, honestly, not a whole lot going on. Making a nice little pylon wall there with just a one Dragoon gap. We've got an OBS on the way for Protoss. It'll be out shortly. Wait, is there already one out? Yeah, okay, he's got one out with his army. That's a bit odd. He's not sending his first OBS directly to scout what Dre is doing. And Dre is, in fact, adding a 3rd fact. He's got a starport, so we're going to see some drops here from Dre. And some more Dragoons just kind of pouring out. He's actually got 3 Zealots now. Do we see a shuttle in production? Yes, we do. So he is thinking about possibly wanting to do a little bit of bulldogging here. Probably against a faster 3rd base. Be too late for like a dangerous bulldog timing. Although if he takes a bunch of vultures, there might be a room, because I only see 3 tanks so far out for Dre. And he's actually moving out with 3 tanks. That is very weird. OBS will spot that. The hell is that already speed OBS? Did I see that right? That is a speed OBS. What the fuck? Alright, it's like 60 supply speed OBS. Bit odd. But I guess he wants really fast OBS. Because that thing is racing around the map. So here comes our drop. The tanks now realize, yeah, we probably shouldn't go. Or maybe they realize we probably should. Okay, that's pretty good. He's got like way too many goons. And he's got a shuttle. But, on the other hand, the drop could be a bit of an issue. Vultures are dropped. Dragoons are going to have to scramble back into position. A few probes go down. No mines have been laid. He's actually dropping vultures in both bases at once, going up to 5 gateways. Our Protoss player is. And the probes are being evacuated. Let's see if I can see the kills on the vulture. We have 2 kills there. And now the Dragoon coming into the main. So this drop not doing... Oh, actually, I take that back. 10 kills, maybe even 11 kills, and getting a goon. So yeah, these vultures have done plenty of damage. And Dragoons come back. Oh, another mine may or may not have been eaten. Appears it was. And now this is a bit silly. I don't think this has any realistic chance of working. But we will see, especially since he is just kind of suiciding his vultures against the Dragoons. And yeah, he realizes, I probably need to go back home. Andre is like B+, A- at times. Some games by Andre are really good, and some games are not as good. Remember, Draw was talking about him, and he said he's really, really smart, but he thinks sometimes he's like too smart for his own good and like over anticipates things. Wait, when you say Bonhoeffer is planning to get 1 gigabits internet, does that mean like all of them across the country are gonna have that, or what? Because that'd be pretty crazy. That's some super ridiculous internet. That's like Korea ridiculous internet. I think Korea was installing some of that. Like the natural, there's also a shuttle here. Tried to drop a tank, but doesn't really work out. Now it tries to come right back. Oh, this is kind of cute, but doesn't really work because, well, yeah, he's gonna get the drop. No, he's not gonna get the drop ship. The whole Brood War committee. It's pretty cool, Itzerman, that they're doing that. That's some insane internet. I guess it's nice if you have time to kill though and you're just waiting around. Probably good for people that do business too. I mean, I don't know if you need 1 gigabits versus, you know, like 50 megabits or whatever, but I guess it can't hurt. Oh, never mind. There's just a mine there that's showing up white. And a forge being made. Templar Archives. Third base is up. Let's mine a little bit from it, about 200 minerals from it. But Dre, of course, having his own third. And looking at the supplies, oh, that's a bit ominous. Dre is actually ahead in supply. Which is not comfortable of a not a comfortable position at all to place Protoss. Although it's worth noting that Protoss did delay his third Nexus quite significantly, whereas Dre got a relatively fast third from Terran perspective. Oh man, this is a bit not good. Alright, and he realizes it and pulls it off, but a lot of vultures did die. Cannot fight 2 groups of goons with 2 groups of vultures. Yeah, Toss went 3 gates, Robo, and then immediate speed obs, which was very strange. Maybe he really hates having to constantly hold his goons for the obs. Yeah, dude, he had ob speed before his first obs was scouting the map. I keep hearing these battle sounds, but where? Oh, maybe we had another drop of the third? What is this coming from? Oh, there's just a goon fighting a vulture up here. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Pretty weird to get that fast speed. Alright, let's see how the micro is. He's gotta move back. He's trying to get surrounded by mines, or he's trying to avoid getting surrounded by mines, and it's just 1, so that's not too bad. A lot of vultures died in that attempt. Oh, there's a probe being sent out? Okay, then yeah, that's cool. That's worth it then. Always annoying to deny the third base. And it's pretty crazy. Protoss only at 144 supply right now. If Protoss was playing more of a macro-oriented build, he could have been 200-200 with 20 gateways about a minute ago. Just to give you an idea in the difference compared to what was done here versus like a really heavy macro build. Protoss does now have a supply advantage, but is only about 10 supply. And Dre has a 4th going up, and feeling confident enough to send a bunch of tanks over here out into the center of the map. Although that's a fairly large Protoss army, and if this army of Dre gets caught out here with no mines, and there's also a shuttle to bomb with, although the Zealots are taking their time to kill a vulture, and I guess they're not going to engage this siege line here from Dre. Oh, nice little drop here, intercepting some probes. If we look down near the third base, intercepting some probes, and they're being forced to run back here, but he's going to drop the vultures again into Protoss' third base, continuing to get kills, and there's no reaction yet. Zealot's running back, but probes now from that transfer are dead. And yeah, Dre is just kind of ahead every step of the way. Protoss has suddenly opened up a surprising supply advantage. But Dre has had faster expansions at all times. As Dre already has his 4th up, whereas what's his name, Wapul, only just now getting a 4th base. And now all of a sudden Dre way catches back up and is only like 3 supply down. So I think we could see a push fairly soon by Dre. He might be waiting for his 2-2. Actually, no. Okay, his upgrades. Dre's upgrades are really slow though. He's at only 1-0 right now, and he's only about a quarter of the way to having a 2nd weapon. And I don't know if there's a 2nd armory. I don't see one. So upgrades are not going to be all that strong for Dre. That's the one thing Protoss will have going for him. Dre has not that good upgrades. Protoss has 1-0 already, which is fine. That's pretty typical. Probably working. No, he's not actually working on his 2-0, but Dre coming with a scary push. Nice arc though from Protoss. It's going to be a very good surround. We'll see if it's enough though. There's no tech in with this army, but it seems there's not that many vultures with a lot of zealots left. This could be a very good engagement. Actually, I take that back. There is an arbiter there, and this is a fantastic engagement from Wapul, who is going to kill off the majority of Dre's army, punching deep into the tank line. In fact, he's going to kill the entire thing, and just like that, the game totally swings. And now a favorable position for Wapul, as he took down all of the tanks and is getting up a 5th base of his own. Yeah, he had very few volts in that push. I don't know where they were, but he had only a control group, and they just died very fast. So Wapul able to take that. Can't keep pushing on now. There's still some tanks up here. He's clearing out these mines emphatically, but losing 2 or 3 goons in the process to do so. So we'll have to see how well they re-macro, but should be okay now for Wapul, as he got through the really scary part and is now free to establish a few more bases while Dre has to re-macro an army. Dre, it looks like 8, 9, 10 facts going, and that's the production started. Got 1 Stargate worth of Arbiters. I don't see any Templar yet, though. So it looks like you might be just playing Arbiters only, but usually if you do that, you have a 2nd Stargate, so you can double Arbiter. So Dre now with a very small army. It only has about 6 tanks in it. Kind of floating around the center. How many shops does he have? He's got 3 shops. So he should be replenishing tanks. Whoa, he's not macroing at all right now though. With a 2.5k bank, it's a bit of a concern. He's tried to sneak his tank up here, but it's not going to do much. Still not macroing. Finally starts macroing. There we go. Getting those vultures going, getting those tanks going. And we're going to have a little bit of an engagement over here. The vultures are just kind of running around willy-nilly. Now they're being collected back towards the Terran army. A bunch of tanks sieging up. I don't know if there's enough this time, as there's still a lot of vultures. Pretty good stasis, though. But all the zealots are dead. Actually, a lot more goons coming up from the bottom, though. And there is a shuttle here containing zealots, but does not opt to continue the pressure. The shuttle might get shot down, but will just slide away into safety. We've got a small zealot army, perhaps looking to backstab here at Dre's 4th base, which is totally open, but there are a lot of mines laid. And let's see, Protoss still at 1-0. He's upgrading. He's almost got his 2nd upgrade. Dre does have his 2-1 now, so I guess he does have a 2nd armory, although I have not spotted its location yet. Or perhaps he's just doing it all out of one armory. Protoss engaging here, but too much of Dre's stuff is right here in the center, and there are no Zealots with this army, so he's got to back up. And this looks a little more scary this time, as the army does have the normal high Vulture numbers, and Protoss army looks a little bit small. Let's have Arbiters, let's have the shuttle the Zealot bomb. But nice positioning there by Dre. He's now sealed off that gap. Protoss cannot afford to attack into that gap with tanks and mines and everything set up. So army now moving around to the other side. There are some mines at the flank that at least let Dre know where Protoss is moving to. Zealot being sent ahead to clear out mines. Gonna run into some back tanks. Oh wow, losing 2 goons to the mines. And it looks like we're gonna have a large counter here by Wapul. That ought to work. So now the question is, does Dre pick up and leave, or what does he do? It looks like at the moment he's gonna lose all the SCVs here. Probably the base too, because his response is currently no response. It looks like now he's gonna go siege the Protoss' 4th base. In danger of losing an Arbiter. A bit sloppy there, not pulling the Arbiters and shuttles away from the turrets. And here comes Dre with his own little bit of a counterattack. DTs are being made like mad from this gate. That will be a little bit annoying, but if the pylons go down, the DT might not even get out. There's an Arbiter out now. Needs to throw down some scans, so these front tanks don't die. Zealot's coming up. If he defends this base, all of a sudden Wapul will be in a glorious position. As he does still have the base back up here, although this is very smart. Dre is laying siege to this base, but he's having DT problems from these gates. Scan goes down, but no accompanying vultures. And the gateway has gone down over here at the middle right base. And now it looks like the main army of Wapul is going to go try to clear out the tanks. So Wapul does hold on to his top base, so that's going to keep him 4 base to 3, which he'll be decently comfortable with. Especially if he secures another base, but he is mined out in his main and basically mined out in his natural. And now we have a massive counter at Dre's 3rd base, which Dre is also going to elect not to defend, instead going to counter at the top. The gateway will not get out another DT though. So we'll be able to rush up there and kill that. So now the question is, can he hold? He's got to lift the 3rd CC, which he does not do. So he's going to absolutely lose the 3rd CC. And so that's kind of going to be it for mining on both players. But Protoss, 3 bases to 2. I think he'll feel okay with his position. T's at 3-2. Protoss is at 2-0 probably. He is at 2-0. Not working on 3-0. Yeah, Dre does still have a big army. If he can get down there and siege the Protoss 3rd, it would be possible for him to see his way to a victory. He's rebuilding his own 3rd base, but remember, he is completely mined out. So there's no current income here for Dre. So he has to be really cost efficient with this army, and this is not the way to do it. Massively leading with vultures, could get all the vessel stasis, but doesn't happen. And actually he has an EMP, so that ends up being okay. And I don't know if Dre's army is big enough. He's getting rid of most of the zealots though, but he's got to push fast, real fast. He's trying to double expand back. Oh, this base is still in the process of dying. But man, Dre is going to have to go over this high ground pod with a relatively small army. I don't think it's possible for him to pull this off. Although he does still have a control group of tanks. That's a little more than I thought. I thought there was only 6. The control group kind of changes things. But again, there's no income for him until this base finishes. And he can't afford to be static for too long. Protoss is re-expanding to all the bases on the map and might just have too much money. Yeah, a bit odd he's not distance mining. There's the transfer of SCVs. It's on time. It's perfectly timed, in fact. Oh, yeah, it's like basically perfectly timed. So now he's back on 3 base, but Protoss is double expanding to both bottom left and middle right. Supply counts 138 to 180 for Protoss, only 140, 138 for Dre. Dre does have 3-2. But I don't know, he's going to go deny the expansion at the top. Protoss totally out of position to stop this, so yeah, cannons immediately cancel, and that has to be evacuated. So I don't know. This base has been saturated, so it's gonna be kind of one mining base to one mining base, but Dre is one mining base fairly close to mining out. Income's very low for both players. In these low income situations, there's a tendency for them to favor Terran, especially if there's still a large army on the field. If it's a little bit smaller, then Protoss can get the best of it, but it's pretty hard to engage a massive Terran army cost effectively. Win here though for LaGRee is huge though, because I would put them up 3-1. And that keeps them from the possibility of getting double scanned. I mean, they still have to win one more, but if they lose here, it would be really tough. I mean, scan isn't unbeatable, but man, I mean, Zeki's good, but scan is having decent results in SWBi, even if it has been with some builds that people might be termed to call overly aggressive and or cheesy. But we'll see. Dre is trying to push over here and deny the expansions, and if he keeps Protoss to just that one expansion, it's possibly could win this. But we got a major engagement now, and this will be pretty decisive. It's a great stasis. The MP goes down a little too late. There's many unsieged tanks. I think there's just way too much Protoss. That is a lot of goons left. So many goons here. He's got a complete surround on the tank, and it looks as if Wapool has done it and is going to make the score 3-1 with iFU, or 3-1 LaGRee over iFU. And there's GG. Definitely a big win from Wapool. So who does iFU? iFU has both Marwyn. I mean, that's the one thing. iFU is tough, and they have not sent their toughest guys. iFU has Marwyn and Eon Zerg still in the roof, and they also have potentially Scan. So really great start from LaGRee, but lots of work has to be done. Skyline maybe or could be Scan. Remember, Scan can be played twice still. And someone's saying go Scan, so maybe we're going to be seeing Scan. I don't know. I don't know who to expect. I don't know who to expect. Oh, it's going to be Marwyn against Terror. All right, so I'd really love to hear if Scan showed for this clan war. I mean, obviously there were issues in the past with Scan with behavior and reliability and other things, but you know, now that he's playing in SWBi and stuff, I guess I get the impression he's been more professional, but I don't really know. So I'm curious to know if he's there, because that really does change the situation. I mean, you know, Marwyn and Eon are tough, but Scan and Scan is like next level super tough. But this is the critical match. Terror can end it. Win right here. All right, so Java Terran confirming Scan was there. So this is then the critical game. I would, like I said, if Marwyn wins this, since Scan is there, I would give iFU like 97, 98% chance of winning. But he's got to get through Terror, who has been very active and very strong. He went to the round of 8 in TLS, and he has shown really good play. He's gotten, I don't know, I think somewhere up above 2,000 points on Fish, as well as having one of the best win percentages on Icy Cup for what that's worth. You know, I mean, obviously it can vary in terms of opponents you're playing. And Marwyn was the best Terran in the scene around the time of like the first TLS and whatnot. But he's been fairly inactive recently, as far as I know. He was streaming at least once or twice here in the past couple weeks, but I don't know how much he's been practicing. So, you know, an in-shape Marwyn I would favor against Terror, but it's just we don't know exactly what level of play we're going to see. We know the Terror should be solid and ready to roll, though. So we got STVs going out to scout. Both players are opening with... I guess you can do 15 barracks too, which it looks like he might do. Yeah, he's got another STV. So we're going to have 15 racks. We got normal 11 racks from Marwyn. No, I take that back. We have the eco build from Terror. We have 14 CC against the regular racks gas of Marwyn. TVT? You know, TVT is a freaking awesome matchup. Are you kidding me? Like, well, good TVTs are among the best Brood War matches. Like, good TVZ and really, really, really great PVZ might be better than good TVT, but good TVT is some good stuff. Like, the amount of strategy and decision-making and stuff that goes into TVT is absolutely fantastic. Yes, you can get some dull TVTs that just turn into kind of camp fests, but as you get to higher level, TVT becomes very awesome. Alright, so we got a little pressure down here. Trying to get that before the bunker's established, but the bunker's up. So Terror safely 14 Cs away. Supply lead right now still favors Marwyn, but obviously he's going to be going up against a much faster CC. He's going to respond with Starport. So 1-1-1. He's got a Vulture on the way. Could attempt to run by, but the positioning, Tao's a pretty tight ramp, pretty tight choke. And he can just block off some of it with the barracks, and then just watch out for the run by over here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of rooting for Marwyn, because I do want to see scan play. I want to have a chance to some of this near top level Korean play. And yes, I'm casting solo because Hacklebeast's might problems were so bad that I guess people basically decided it was intolerable. Oh, the Vulture goes for it, and exactly what I said. Nice quick SCV pull stops the threat of the Vulture from Marwyn. But yeah, Hackle's mic was doing something like this, like he'd be talking, and then he'd be talking, and then quiet, and then the Marines would move out, and then it was like that. So people said it was like intolerable. All right, we got 2 more racks going up for racks. 2 more factories going up for Terror. Barracks being lifted. We've got a Wraith on the way and a tank. So a little bit of pressure at the front with Wraith tank, and most likely an expansion behind it will be flavor of the day. Yes, Bulgarian Toss. We can figure something out, and the solution that is happening, probably as we speak, is the badass dudes from Swedish Brood War Initiative will be sending Hackle a new, more superior mic. Oh, Wraith doing a little scouting. Just wants to get info first. Gotta be careful not to fly back out over the bunker, though, which he does. And we've got a bunker going up outside, and now we have the bunker up for Marwyn. And yeah, unfortunately, I wish I could offer a little bit better insight commentary-wise, but not being a Terran and not getting to play it at all, really, because you just don't get the opportunity. I really don't know much about this matchup at all. So, I mean, I don't know how dangerous certain things are. Vultures are going to try to take down the tank, and this is a massive pull right now. Full defense coming out, but these bunkers are going to be really nice. He really just wants to get the tank, but there are reinforcement tanks coming across the map. He's got to buy time, I guess, for his own tank and Siege to be out. He's got a tank back in the natural. He's making a lot of vultures, but I don't think he's getting... Okay, Siege just starts. If it... Oh, we got a dropship too? What? If he just has to buy time for a few more tanks and he can A-move with this, it's not so bad. Oh, how obnoxious. Alright. This looks pretty prepared from Marwin, to be honest. Oh, bunker's down now, so the front door is open. And now we have the obnoxious high ground Siege. It's going to deny mining. If nothing else, this ought to get Marwin back into a relatively... Well... Oh, whoa, how much damage has this guy done? 2 kills. Vulture in the main of Marwin now dying. SCVs are forced to run away. And the command center going out for Marwin, but very slow. So obviously there does need to be a good bit of damage done. Vultures run forward now, trying to sneak out past, and 3 do sneak out, but Marwin reacting pretty quickly, keeping the 2 tanks back at home. That's actually a really nice move, though, by Terra, because it forces Marwin's tanks to remain at home to defend the threat of vultures, which means they probably won't be able to join up in time with this main army. So I think he's going to sort of... Obviously, he's taking some damage, but he still has a supply lead. It's a shame he doesn't have mines, so then he could keep those tanks completely pinned in. He does now have Siege, though. The Wraith's still a bit of an issue. And we'll just have to see if he can do some good sieging. Oh, he's got Goliath them around. The Wraith is not as big of an issue as I initially thought. Alright, we've got another massive SCV pull. Tanks moving forward. They'll probably just move forward into siege range, or maybe he's just going to go at it unsieged. And the tank goes down. The SCVs should probably be pulled back now, because the tanks just range the bunker. What is Marwin targeting? He's targeting down some SCVs, but he's not going to get that many more. And he has pushed Marwin out of his base. Supply counts right now are pretty equal. Of course, the issue here is that Marwin has only just started his CC, and now he actually has to defend 3 fact production from Terror, he's got the army for Goliath. He's getting a starport, and Marwin only has 2 factories. Oh no, Marwin's going to lose 3 tanks. Oh no. Oh no, that is not good. That is not good. So now we've got a scary tank Goliath counterattack by Terror coming out across the map. Marwin does still have the super obnoxious siege tank though, so he's delaying Terror quite a long time. Tank sieging up at the front from Marwin. These 2 tanks are still looking for a way to reconnect with their buddies. Terror's going for this, like really going for this. But if these 2 tanks oh no! Oh no! They didn't rejoin up the way they were supposed to. I thought they were going to come up the sides and siege up over here for part of the defense, but they don't. And now it is Marwin that has to pull SCVs, and a mine goes off on his last tank. Oh man, he needs units. He needs units. Terror has 3 factories to produce from, but there doesn't seem to be rallied units coming up right now. And he's surrounded and killed the tank. It is only now the Vulture that is going to go down in the next shot, and it looks like both players will hold. The supply advantage still favoring Terror, who, although Terror has not been able to mine from this bottom base, he's finally got a Wraith out, so he can clear out the tank. He's going to kill the dropship first, and then he will be able to clear the tank and resume mining. Some mines in the base, though, of Marwin. Those are a bit annoying. A few vultures could come up here and harass. Still 34 supply only from Marwin. He's hurting a bit. Okay, we're clearing out the mines. He's able to do that. I guess he threw down scan from his main. Comstat, yes indeed. That is why he saw those mines. And now Marwin is going to move out onto the map. Is he going to attack again? I hope he's just going to siege it. Yeah, okay. It's a bit of an odd siege position, though, because I would expect if another attack came from Terror, I would expect it to come up this way, which would allow tanks to be picked off one by one rather than an arc facing this way. But it looks like Terror is going to move into the mid-game with a pretty sizable supply advantage. Economically, also Terror probably has more SCVs than Marwin, who also had to pull a lot, and yeah, just doesn't have that great a saturation. Here's a Wraith from Marwin showing up. Definitely no close. He's actually made a second Wraith. But Marwin's own Wraith will chase that one out, and it will not be able to get away. Doing some crazy juking. Or somehow it does find a way to get far enough ahead that it's able to escape. And now Marwin is getting his third factory. And we're just kind of in a little bit of a waiting stage. We've got eBay coming up for Terror taking a few turrets, and Terror starts his third command center. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Marwin is going to have the faster third CC, even with Terror building it at his third, because Marwin's CC is completed and floating out right now. But still, he's low on the situation. He's trying to get a little bit more caught up in that department. And now we have 4 or 5 vultures sneaking out here. Marwin is well aware of it, though. I don't think they'll be able to attack. There's a siege tank line up in the front. The vultures now coming over here toward the third base. But Marwin has more vultures of his own. Some mines being laid. Oh, that's a good little mine. Gonna deny the landing of the CC for a sec, but Marwin has already moved his army right over there and now can land the CC. And we do see everything gathering. We're gonna have a large attack at this base by Terror, and there are 4 tanks. These vultures really need to move back, and they do. I'm a little worried as the bottom position here can be sieged. 1 tank, though, goes down immediately. Oh, where'd the other tanks go? What the fuck? Did they just die? I guess he lost them all, so Marwin is fine? Oh, he died to a mine. Okay. 75 supply. The game's now equal in supply, so I think we can safely say Marwin is back in this. He's equalized the supply, he's got a faster third base, and we have ourselves a game. Talk about switching from place to place to place. So we're going to head into a pretty even late game. Marwin making a point to mine up the map. We got a little bit of vultures running in here. Are they going to try to mine the tanks? No, they're going to try to go for the run by. Lots of SCVs. Of course, it takes a lot of vulture hits to kill SCVs. And they are running safely up to the part by the main army. He's got a few kills. Probably 4 or 5 SCV kills there. And that loss of all those vultures, though, does drop the supply a bit. And Marwin on 5 factories. Terror on just 4. Third gas going up. Pretty identical. Terror has not yet put an SCV back to third gas, though. +1, 3/4 of the way for Marwin. Halfway for Terror. And like 4 or 5 idle SCVs at the natural right now of Terror. He's ahead in supply because the supply was equal, then Marwin ran in with like 8 vultures and they all died, and that's 16 supply. Vultures, dropping vultures will raise and lower your supply pretty fast for obvious reasons. And he only got 4 or 5 SCV kills as opposed to a bunch of like 7 or 8 vulture losses. We've got 2 wraiths here from Terror killing off Marwin's barracks. Some vultures come over to defend, but insufficient numbers. And now Terror wants to move out and get a little position on the map. This is not intended to be an aggressive attack. He's just trying to set up a little position, kind of secure half the map for himself. That's one of the things about TVT that's kind of interesting, is there's a lot of times where you don't necessarily like attack, like in a lot of times, like if you look at PvZ or PvT or whatever, or TVZ, you know, you're attacking an opponent to kill bases, or perhaps to win the game outright. We got a small drop here, though, from Marwin. Should be plenty of knowledge time, though. SCVs run away, yeah, clear out just fine. You know, but what I was saying, in other matchups, you know, you attack, you know, to kill a base or whatever, you know. But in TVT, a lot of times you do attacks against the map to gain position, which is probably one of the things that draws the comparison to chess, as a lot of chess is all about, you know, moving pieces to be in strong positions, to control more of the board, to limit your opponent and stuff like that. And TVT is really the only matchup that has that sort of dynamic in it in StarCraft. Rarely in other matchups do you try to hold a position on the map, and now Marwin has unseized all of tanks and is breaking up Terra's position here at the bridge, and we'll see how far he's going to try to come. Probably just across the bridges and choke out a little more than half the map. Whoa, beats a pretty big mine though, losing a tank and a couple Goliaths. Live events are rarely done in foreign community. It is from replays, but it was played like yesterday. Whoa, Marwin just lost a lot of vultures there. Marwin... Oh, never mind, those are just mines and stuff. But it looks like Marwin wants to take the base over on the right side and is going to try to push down here. I don't know if this is wise. Oh, these tanks are on move command, or maybe a move trying to get that tank whose siege is faster. Marwin's slower to siege, but he does have more tanks over here. Siege shots being fired. Unfortunately, not at tanks and at Goliaths instead. But it looks like Marwin is going to get this position here for the moment. Both of these tanks, I think they're in range of each other, but need to scan to see. And at the same time, Terror is going to push up through the middle bridge. Lots of vultures, though, coming down here, laying a bunch of mines. How many will go off? How's the target firing from Terror? It's okay. Only loses one tank to the mines. There's a pesky Wraith here. Reinforcements coming out from Marwin, but no way to deal with pesky Wraith. Seem to be no Goliaths. Oh, wow. They can actually kill some of the buildings inside due to the non-ramp dynamic. Once a scan is thrown down, they can see inside and shoot into the main base. Bulgarian Toss is Wallace, if you were wondering. Oh man, these two Wraiths are being so pesky right now. Doing at two sets of tanks. Actually, this Wraith is like having a conversation with this tank without actually shooting it. And Marwin decides he has to evacuate this position as the Wraith is causing a few too many problems. Now Marwin is setting up a fourth base, which will be spotted here momentarily by Terror, assuming the Vulture goes over here. And now Marwin's moving forward, but this is kind of a weird angle. There's a bunch of tanks up here sieging up. It's a better siege angle for Marwin, though, as Terror is in a line, and Marwin can instantly kill them. These tanks are moving way up, though, out on their own. Not ideal control, but I think it's enough here to clear out what Terror has. And the supply is now very even with Marwin establishing a fourth base. Things are looking up. Man, this game, I feel like the entire time has been swinging back and forth on a bit of a razor's edge, with constant swings in the momentum of who was, you know, quote-unquote ahead. Now we have a large Vulture raid headed up over towards this base, but there are two siege tanks there, which ought to be enough to deal with 3 Vultures. The Wraith's still being pesky. When is Marwin gonna... There we go. We got a Goliath or 2 pumped out to deal with that peskiness. Actually, we got 2 tanks moving up, but Marwin... No, never mind. Those are SCVs. Vulture's running in, trying to mine the front tank, and they've got it. Marwin's gonna need to move some of his army over here to defend this, as 2 tanks are coming up. Oh, actually, the tank lives, but the SCV kills it. What? The SCV may have killed its friend tank. So now Marwin has got to go defend that base, or at least lift it or something. He's gonna lift it. SCVs are gonna go down though. Probably all of them. Yeah, all but 3. But Marwin is gonna come across the bridges with a bunch of tanks, and down go all of Terror's tanks here. Supply is still pretty even. Where is all of Terror's stuff? My God, where is it? Does he have it? A few tanks in the main, but Marwin has way more tanks despite the relatively equal supply. This is a bit of a scary moment right now for Terror, as that is a tremendous number of tanks. The Goliaths need to get down here though, or these Wraiths are going to continue to be obnoxious. Whoa, a bunch of mines though! Huge mine, 4 tanks. Make that 6 tanks in a moment, and suddenly the momentum swings again back in favor of Terror. This game is all over the place. Marwin walking right on top of this tank, but it goes down to Wraiths. And now Terror's like, you know what, I'm taking this base. It's mine. And this looks pretty bad for Marwin. This drop has to do a lot, I feel like. With Terror taking all these other bases, here we go. The drop is inside, but there are 2 tanks there. There's no reactions, though. Now Terror sieges up. Marwin a little slow to siege. There are 3 tanks, though. Sieged up. How will the target firing be? think Terra's going to clean this up okay. And Marwin is suddenly going to find himself in a really, really bad spot. He's killing a few SCVs, but I'm not sure how important that is. There tends to be overmade SCVs in this matchup, which is a lot more about the gas, and the drop is now cleaned up. Man, this is hard to call. Still even in supply. Marwin coming back over here to try to retake this base, but the Goliaths, they need to walk on top of the tanks. He does, but it's just one Goliath. The tanks can just unsiege when he notices this is happening. Or he's gonna let them both die. That's the other option. Not sure how this is not noted. Maybe because this is going on. Marwin is being very aggressive. Very aggressive. Oh, this is cute. This is adorable. These little moves I like. Alright, so Marwin retakes this base. I thought, yeah, okay, that's better. I was like, where's the tank going? There we go. So now he's going to shoot at these bottom mineral patches here. And now Marwin moves up this side. There's too many things to possibly engage, right? Tell me he's just setting up a position. Tell me he's just setting up a position. Yeah, good point. Upgrades. We got 2 for Terra. That's a big deal, by the way. 2 Terra. That means 2-shot tanks for Terra. Marwin has only +1 attack. So a big, significant upgrade advantage. Marwin is only halfway to his +2 attack. And Terra moves through, clears out Marwin's bottom position. And now Marwin will have to hold at the bridge. Supplies, again, are still very equal. Yeah, Marwin was getting ready to do a big drop, but realizes all these tanks are coming and sieges up. But there's way more tanks here for Terror, and a little bit faster siege, although Terror's tanks all targeting Goliaths, not other tanks. And at the moment, Marwin holding the bridges, using the dropships for vision, but that 2-shot tank power is a big deal. Marwin really needs to get more tanks down there. I think he's got enough to be okay, but Terror is also moving his way across the bridges. Marwin, you need to siege, man. You need to siege! Oh god, he's not sieging. He is not sieging in this middle engagement. What is he doing? Is he just going to try to bust through? Oh, there's a lot of unsieged tanks though too. The upgrade should come through, but he's going to hold on here. He's denying mining from Terra's 4th base. In fact, he's forced a lift. This game is all over the place. It's constantly over the place. Only one Goliath though defending the back expansion. And how much longer till Marwin has his own +2? He's down to 3/4 of the way to that important upgrade. Says, you really stream Brood War? A lot of people stream Brood War. I'm but one of a few. Tanks have reached over here for Marwin. Oh, great targeting. Marwin will stay alive here. There are even some Goliaths to shoot down the race, so Marwin is okay at his 4th base. And Terra not really pressing in anywhere else. Terra's going to try to take the right side base now. And it looks like Marwin is cleaning up most of the remaining tanks from Terra. Oh, but the Wraith has found Marwin's dropships and is killing them off. He's going to drop on top of the Terra's tank. And the position looks fairly good for Marwin. It'd be even nicer if he had the 4th gas, but it looks okay. But Terra, again, has amassed kind of a large army and is going to concentrate on sort of a direct attack, but Marwin's army seems to be similar in size, so as long as he gets sieged up in time, he ought to be alright. He does have his +2 attack now, so that is a great relief. Marwin is moving on to his mines. There we go, both players sieging up. Marwin a much faster siege. He's going to be okay here. Terra cannot bust through this. Too much stuff to bust through. And oh, Terra walks into a few mines right here. And again, Terra with the pesky race. I think they're just off 1 starport. They really are pesky, more than anything. It's the best word to describe them. And now Marwin has a pretty scary looking force against only 4 or 5 of Terra's tanks here. And he's moving forward. He's trying to break them and clear them out. He's just A-moving. He thinks he's got a big enough army. Only 2 tanks remain. He is eating some mines, though, in the process. This is going to be close. Marwin's down to just 4 tanks, but there's just 2 left from Terror. And Marwin, with the A-move clear out, gets the job done. But more tanks from Terror coming up from the bottom. I don't know why there's so much A-moving in this game. Marwin really not liking to siege, but he's going to go unsieged again through everything that Terror has. And holds on to that 4th. Of course, Terror is now mining from the base beneath Marwin's 3rd. And for the first time in a long time, it is now Marwin with the supply lead. He's trying to just march through with an A move on all of Terra's stuff. I don't know exactly how it's working, but it kind of is. Marwin just needs to discover this base, and he can raid the living daylights out of it. I'm referring to the base below his 3 o'clock. And he's got a ton of vultures. He just needs to go raid that out, and he'll be in a really strong position as Terra's almost mined out, whereas Marwin is mining happily from a 4th base, and is still denying mining the left-hand base of Terror. There it is. There's the vulture raid. There are tanks. No, this is mostly SCVs coming over. And yeah, it's very nice for Marwin. He's up against massive slaughter of SCVs at the 4th base. Terror is going for a big SCV pull attack, trying to get rid of Marwin's last 3 tanks. But I'm starting to have the sense that Marwin may have done it. He's got a 50 supply lead now with all those SCV kills, and he's in a great position. He just has to hold off this little attack of Terror, and it's only 3 tanks large. It looks as if the tide has turned decisively in favor of Marwin, and we will be seeing a few more games possibly from Scan. I just don't see much hope left for Terra. A bunch of SCVs, or a bunch of vultures running in amongst the tank line. There's a lot of mines laid, though. How many tanks will it take out? The answer is just 1. Although it looked like epic mines, it wasn't quite epic enough. This tank here fighting vultures, but tanks are pretty good against vultures. Marwin just needs to hold this kind of last little gasp attack, and it looks like he's going to be fine. He's got 3 tanks at the bridge. Only 4 tanks from Terror. Not that much more left, and Terror is pretty much mined out. The 4th CC for Terror still landed below Marwin's 3rd, but... And here we go, trying to come across the bridge. Can Marwin target fire down the tanks of Terror nicely? Yes, there's down to just 2. He's just got to target down that last tank. He does it, and he's going to hold at his 4th, so he's fine there. He's transferring SCVs back to mine from his right base, but again, Marwin can just raid that at any time. He's got mines to know what's going on. And Terror has completely mined out. He's down to 73 HP, 73 supply with 99 minerals, whereas Marwin has 126 supply, happily mining from 2 bases as they're just not quite mined out, and he's establishing also the 9 o'clock position above Terror's 9 o'clock, 8:30 position. So yeah, Marwin is now laying siege to the bottom base of Terror over at the right-hand position. And whoa, 3 tanks from out of absolutely nowhere have come, but they run into mines, and that spells the end of the attack at the top. And at that, Terror says GG. Marwin, with the most crucial of wins, paves the way for what will probably be an iFU victory if we have Scan to play. And people tell me TVT isn't fun to watch. I submit to them they do not know what they are talking about. Come on, Fighting Spirit's a great map, but it is overplayed. Like, by an order of magnitude overplayed. Worst thing ever? I mean, I'm guilty of it too, but worst thing ever, Fighting Spirit map of the week. Like, then your chance of getting games on any other map just, like, disappears. Yeah, PVZs can turn into that on Fighting Spirit. Sometimes even TVP turns into that, to be honest. People don't play that split map style of TVT that often, but you see it from time to time. Flash played it brilliantly. I mean, Flash was Flash, but... Alright, so spawning in the top right-hand corner as the... Oh, wow. Surprise here. As the top right-hand Teal Terran, we have Dandy. And the bottom left-hand corner, from iFU, we have Must. I'll be honest, if Scan was in the channel, I don't know why you wouldn't just send Scan and then Scan for Ace. But either way, we're going to see Must playing Dandy. I'm pretty sure Must is favored, but who is Dandy? I mean, if anyone knows who Dandy is, you can tell me, but Must, ladder god of IC Cup, A- player. Maybe a little bit inconsistent at times, but generally, you know, a fairly strong player. He hasn't ever quite gotten the results that make people say, damn, this guy's like really, really good, but certainly one of the more solid players in the scene. And Bulgarian Toss Wall is telling me that Dandy is like B+, A-, old school Terran, so definitely poses a threat to Must then. Now it is PvT, so Must probably will be fairly comfortable with this. Most Protoss do have relative comfort in PvT versus... We've got some drama. XKCD saying that Dandy apparently was in IM and now all of a sudden is on lag-free. So all kinds of problems for IM, which has been really unfortunate. Apparently they were going to have like Bibian and Rush and those guys like disappeared. And now apparently this Dandy guy like transferred without even like notifying them. I mean, I guess I sort of can't blame him on one hand because lag-free is the all-Peruvian team. But if you didn't even tell the people you're leaving, that's a little bit classless. And it looks like we're going to see a factory wall in. So he's going to go barracks, factory. Dangerous Crafter, don't worry too much about feeling like an outsider. You might not know the players, but we try to give you the information on that. And obviously, anybody can watch the games. LG Flash. Alright, so are we going to see factory wall in? Looks like what he's going to do. Danny's just starting to mine his gas away. And, oh, a cross scout from Must. Well. Yeah, Outsider's pretty awesome. I don't know why. There's a lot of people that hate it. I don't know if they just hate it because it's non-standard and they don't get it. But there's a lot of people that, like, are always crying. Outsider sucks. Oh, what? That is actually a wall. Holy crap. I did not know you could do that. That is Ling tight too. Wait. Those are on top of each other, right? That is super ridiculously awesome. That wall, I did not know that exists. It's not Ling tight? Where do Lings get through? Here? Is this like a Ling? Is this like depot next to each other or something? Because I see racks on top of depot, definitely tight, and this looks like depot on depot, which is tight, unless this is a gap. Or is this somehow not depot on depot and it's like depot next to depot? Oh, this is side to side depot, not depot on top of it. Okay. Okay, that explains it. Alright, then you'll have to forgive my walling ignorance. What is wrong with going depot racks for a TVP wall? Like if you have depot here and then depot here, what goes wrong with that? And wait. Oh, we're gonna have... This is obnoxious play. Alright, this is pretty dangerous too. He's getting a fast robo though, so he might be okay. Oh, it's this. This is the gap. If you put... Okay, yeah. I think I've seen that before. In fact, I probably had that happen to me. Alright, now I understand what you're talking about. That's actually good to know. I didn't know that was how you walled here. Alright, so we got a Dragoon moving out. Now the critical thing here for Must, against impending drops, is that he senses that it's drops and doesn't keep his goons near Terran's base in anticipation of FD, strong FD, or 2-fact. Because if he does that, and he has only one goon at home and 4 vultures are dropped, they mine everything up and the probes have nowhere to go and you just die horribly. Now, he's a strong player. He should be able to figure this out by the fact that Terran hasn't pushed out at any reasonable timing and make a proper response. So we've got our one tank. We're getting machine shop and the dropship. I'll probably wait for more than 2 vultures. 2 vultures seems a little bit like a little bit of a paltry drop. Interestingly enough, he's actually getting speed first, so it's not going to be volt drop with mine. And we can see the 2 goons are here from us. We have 1 or 2 staying home for the scouting SWB. They're all moving out right now. They need to get back soon. Oh, wait, he's going to keep them down here in the natural. All right, that's not so bad. Yeah, it's basically standard composition for Terran is tank, vulture, and when Protoss gets arbiters, you add in a few Goliaths, maybe not a ton, like 5, 6 or something like that. And if they go carriers, then you go a primarily tank Goliath army. No. The problem in this game is Marines die to Psystorm like nobody's business. Between a combination of the pathing and Psystorm's damage being so much higher per second, you have almost no reaction time to storm. All right, so here we go. Here comes the drop. We have probably a Reaver in here. All right, the drop is being unloaded. You can probably hear it. He does. Dragoon's being pulled in position. Okay, he did get mines in time. Mines are being laid at the top of the ramp, but more goons do make it up the ramp. A few of the vultures might be getting trapped, and the goons do take 1 hit, but it looks like this will be defended fairly comfortably by Must, which is critical here, and he's going to pull this off just fine. In fact, he's not going to get a single probe kill. Okay, he gets 1 probe kill. 1 probe kill, no Dragoon kills, perfect defense by Must, and suddenly Dandy finds himself significantly behind. Like, oh, he hasn't even started. Yeah, he's way behind. Ultra super behind. No Wraith being made, though. All right, we're going to make the CC on the low ground, I guess, which makes sense because he does have 3 tanks. Oh, never mind. He's got okay, so he's not as behind as I thought. There's a CC over here. But it's still going to be a little faster for Protoss. And obviously Protoss now has this Reaver. A lot of potential for aggression with this Reaver. Could even pick up a Dragoon, do some bombing, but there are 4 tanks on the high ground. And there's still possibility for drop to come back and do damage later. Still have the dropship. Alright, so we've got aggression. Goons can walk into this low side here, deny mining from the CC as it comes out. And here we go, he's moving in with the Reaver. Yeah, Dandy recognizing the danger, seizing up a tank, and Must... okay, he can put his goons safely-ish there. And he's going to leave the Reaver over here. This tank! The Goon moves forward. The Reaver actually takes a hit, but he gets the second shot off. Nice. Now picks it up. Now he can use drop the Goon, have the tank shoot the Goon, then use the Reaver to get a shot. He can actually kill this low ground tank here really easily, especially if he goes up to like that sort of a position. But right now, being a little bit idle with the shuttle. All right, here we go. Maybe not. Maybe not. He's got knobs now. He can see exactly where the tanks is. He probably just wants to be careful, make sure he doesn't drop anything in a stupid position. But it looks like he's just going to go home, or at least not commit to harass in the natural. I really thought he could have killed this tank, but not going for it. Oh, this Protoss flying thing, this is a shuttle. It's like your warp prism. But, yeah. A little lower. I think it's a little less beefy. I think it dies a little bit faster. And you definitely can't warp in units with it. Or that would just be ridiculous. Can you imagine a Bulldog if you could make, like, 6 gates, have, like, 4 Zealots in the shuttle, and then warp in Zealots from the shuttle? There's, like, 4 high ground tanks. You just drop, like, 10 Zealots on them. Okay, he's just going to keep the Reaver here for vultures that try to run by, since he's got a little bit of a goon contain at Terrence Bridge. Yeah, it'd be like a mini super early fast recall. Alright, so we've got the dropship sneaking around the side. Dragoon's pulling back for some reason. I don't know if the tank sees that forward. And we got a 3rd base on the way for iFU Must. Not that quick of a 3rd base, but not a slow one either. Wonder if he'll drop a single vulture. That's a bad place to sit. Actually, the Nexus doesn't have vision of that, probably. I don't think he knows. Although maybe he does, because he's sending 2 goons over. He's got 2 goons in position in the main. This is nicely walled off, so he's going to go inside the wall, drop, but the probes can just run. This is pretty good building SimCity. The probes need to run. Looks like they're just going to run up to the gas. Oh, there's a cannon coming in. Wow, that's nice. And I guess against the threat of a drop, so I was going to say that's a pretty fast cannon. But when you have a heavy threat of drops, One cannon in your main. Alright, alright. So again, the second drop is kind of a dud, and it looks like this time the dropship did not escape with its life. Must has about a 15 supply advantage, but he's in a pretty... Whoa, what? Never mind, never mind. That's kind of a what? Third CC, but we have 4-fact vessel with an armory? With two, what the fuck? Where's the command center? You can't possibly get a timing window off that with double armory science facility, but it doesn't have a command center either. I don't know about this build from Dandy. Don't know how this is gonna work. This is actually a thing. Relentless or somebody saying Mong uses this. I don't understand how this works though. Like, okay, he finally got a 3rd CC, but I would have thought you'd build that a little faster. You can get really nice fast vessels, but okay, at least he's not gonna try to do a timing attack. At first I thought he was gonna try to do like some sort of a timing attack because I was seeing absence of a CC and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, we got a little drop over here. Some kills on the vultures, actually only just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kills. That's fairly good. It pays for itself anyway. There we go, some nice ramp goons here. A few zealots needing to be sacrificed for the mine clearing. And down to just one goon holding, but the... Oh wait, there's no other goons coming up to help. But I guess this goon has enough health that it'll hold the ramp just fine. Still, that is a pretty slow 3rd CC. Pretty slow 3rd CC. So you got 121 to 96. So you're saying he's gonna push soon with a vessel? Is what Mom? Oh, or maybe a 6-fact. I guess I could see something like that working if Protoss was like going for a 4th really fast, but I can't see this working against something like what Must is doing, where he's going up to 9 gateways on 3 base, like a 6-fact, especially when you've already sacrificed units for double armory plus vessel. I find it hard to imagine there could be a good timing at 100 supply. Alright, so we got Vulture sneaking out on this side. They're going to run in headlong into some goons, and we're just going to go ahead and turn around. And it looks like Must is thinking something along the lines of, I'm not going to let the CC land for a little while. He does have the Reaver to assist with that. Probably will pick up 2 Zealots from his army. Yes, indeed. And the Zealot speed finishing at a very nice little timing there. I don't think he had speed right as he moved out. Alright, so here we go. Protoss army running up the ramp. Zealots coming up to get rid of some of the initial stuff. All the army needs to be brought over here. We have the Zealot bombs and the tanks. This looks like it's going to be successful for Must. Way too many units getting above the ramp. No siege, a good Reaver shot. And Must is going to deny the 3rd. So now Must is in an overwhelmingly strong position. Might even kill the 3rd, in which case he's in just a ridiculously good position. It's looking pretty probable that he's going to kill the 3rd. He should walk the goons forward, though. It might get away since he's not walking the goons forward, but I still think he's going to get 170, 100 health. Needs 4... Oh, God, it's going to... Oh, my God. If he would have walked the goons forward, he had that all day long. It just escapes. Actually, immediately started rebuilding it. Is he going to commit to this? And just build double command centers? At 104 supply? I guess? I'm going to keep my eye on that. That's a bit crazy. Yeah, Wraiths, basically, probably the easiest way to describe a Wraith is a Mutalisk without bounce damage that does like a shit ton of damage air to air, but it's basically similar to a Mutalisk in ground to ground combat and in movement speed and mobility and stuff. But it just does 20 damage to air. And Must a bunch of goons over here, probably going to want to take a third base or a fourth base soon. And yeah, he's going to leave the double command center up. A bit interesting. No, definitely no warp gate. You definitely just manually click through all your gateways and units pop out from them, right next to them. Oh, you can just bomb all these tanks. Oh god, please do it. Please do it. Yeah! But there are 2 vultures there. If only there weren't 2 vultures. And Must is going to do a second attack at the third base. Actually, the vulture bombing is not that effective because there's so many vultures there they can't really do anything. I don't know if Must can go up this time. That's a lot of vultures to get through and a tight ramp. And the bombing can't really do much because there's too many vultures there. And yeah, this time it's held off. Sufficient unit numbers this time for Dandy to take the third, and he will get his third up. Surprisingly, the supply lead is only about 30 supply for Must. I expect it to be a little bit higher. But he's getting a fourth base up, so that's going to be fine. Still got a while to Terran maxes. We're actually already at the 16-minute mark. So the bigger issue here is that Terran might max, but unlike in a normal situation, Terran's going to be mined out at both bases by the time he maxes. And if Must finds this, I'm not sure Terran has a way to defend it. I think this is going to be quasi-hidden. Maybe he can sneak some tanks over there and establish it safely. But I think it'll be quasi-hidden. Must grabbing a 5th base now. And again, we can see the expansion pattern for Must is typical of a Protoss playing cross position against Terran. The reason for that being is if you expand just directly this way, or just directly this way, along the bottom or the top is Protoss, you give Terran a push route where if he pushes towards your base, he immediately gets like 2 or 3 other bases. Whereas if you take expansions at the like above into the like above and below, or however you describe it, depends on where you are. But in this case, if he takes the expansions above and to the right of him, then anywhere Terran pushes doesn't really automatically secure another expansion. Whoa, great mines there, killing a few goons on retreat. Must collecting his whole army, and that is really a small army. I don't know if it should be out here. I have a bad feeling about this, and by bad feeling I mean this army is fucked with the stasis, which is there. Where's the stasis? Must! Somehow this army is going to end up not fucked, even though it should have been absolutely fucked. This is not going so well. Must should probably pull back now, and he does. That was really, as much as I hate to say it, that was really botched. If he had his army collected and stasis, like those 5 tanks, which he could have got, I think, with the central stasis, then he just kills that army in the 4th. So now it gets a little more interesting. Triple forge for Must. Wow. Talk about upgrades in PvT. 2-1-1. Yeah, it's actually a tricky balance though. Like, I mean, yeah, you don't want zealots like way in the front, but at the same time, I'm really surprised he's committing to an attack. This has got to get eaten up at some point. Actually, wait, what the hell? Must is behind in supply. How the hell is this happening? I'm a little worried right now. Oh man, and a good mine too. Suddenly this push by Terran is a bit ominous. But no, what I was saying about balance, it's tricky because you don't want to be like way out in front with the zealots, but you got to be careful too, because if you attack and there aren't good gaps in your dragoons, oh god, the Arbiter's going to EMP again. I don't think he can engage this. Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think so. And Must is forced to back off yet again. Those are science vessels. They're sort of like Raven, but they do different things. They're like a Raven that can EMP without Hunter-Seeker missile, I guess. So Must suddenly finds himself without without one of his bases. So it's still 4 base, 4, which is not that great of a position for Must. God, oh my god, if he loses, Must, if you lose because of this attack up here when you could have just won the game outright, I'm going to be so sad. There's still going to be issues with Terran mineral counts and mining out, but now Must only has 2 bases. A few Zealots are out in front, they gotta move back. They're gonna get eaten. Not enough energy on these Arbiters for stasis. And Must is gonna move in here, but this is a pretty big army with a lot of tanks. It is a pretty good degree of surround from Must, and he probably can get rid of some of the Vultures, but he's gonna have to back off, and it is good reaction timing from Must. Backs off nice and quick. But this army from Dandy is definitely giving Must plenty of problems and still down in supply. I mean, he's macroing hard, but Dandy is continuing to move forward. Nina Zurg, welcome to STL. Welcome to STL. Alright, all of a sudden, this is a bit odd. I don't understand exactly why Dandy is pushing to the natural of Must. It is almost mined out. It is not necessarily such a great push target. And meanwhile, Must is going to do a counter, which I kind of like because there's absolutely no defenses at this base. Response is now being made immediately to get army over here to defend this. But I think Must is going to go over and kill this base. And now... Alright, so Dandy can chase Must up the ramp, but Must has gateways at an external base. Arbiters are being made, which is good. Oh, no! You gotta, like, go kill that shit, man. So I guess, okay, I guess if he just walks in there, no siege and kills it, but not that many minerals left. Arbiter going down, a few goons of Must getting surrounded, and now Must is running in at the unsieged army, picking up a few tanks at the back with dragoons, which is pretty nice. And suddenly this army looks small as hell. And Must is going to kill it. I don't know where the hell it all went. There was a lot of it in the natural, and now it's just gone. Reinforcement timing is way too late to save it. Gotta just pull these guys back. Yeah, and he does. Okay. Still lots of mining from Terran, though. But Must is reestablishing his own bases. What is with these games today? We're seeing some pretty crazy swings. Dragoon is like a really retarded stalker. Give or take. Alright, so a bunch of Dragoons moving in here, gonna clear out these mines, and now this base is under threat. We're gonna have a small counter here, but is it enough? Against reinforcing units from 2 gateways, this looks awfully small. I don't think it's enough units. It's going to be really close. It's not quite coordinated from Must. The Zealots might die before the stasis there is. A stasis ensures that he takes this. Will he use it this time? No. Again, Must refuses to use stasis, but there still might be enough Zealots. No, it looks like the micro is good enough that the Zealots are actually going to die. But the 3rd base is, or the 5th base here is being attacked. Somehow this army holds. That was Must. Use your stasises, please. They're good, useful things, but stasis is never being dropped, and now he's got problems. He's going to lose this base, which he had not really mined from. But he is reestablishing this base over here and shutting down this base of mining. So it's going to bring us to like 4 base to 4 kind of thing. Oh, okay, Terran's going to try to go over here and kill this. And I'm worried. He's lost all the SCVs over here. Still mining from this base. Multiple times I felt as if Dandy had just thrown the game away, and then somehow things changed. Nice D-Matrix. Oh, there's the stasis! Finally a stasis, although it's going to be a suicide arbiter with the stasis. And these Dragoons do get killed up, but not before forcing the CC to float away. I don't know, that's a lot of reinforcements for Terran, though. Must might be running out of units. He's down by about 45 supply and in danger of losing one of his very important mining bases. I mean, he's got 3 right now, but he's got to hold these. It looks like Dandy's going to go over here and try to push up into this base. Oh, nice. Tons of zealots coming down from the ramp that holds that base. And now Dandy has worked his way into the main base. There are 2 arbiters here, but neither possessing the anti-2 stasis. And the vessel moves forward. It's going to EMP them. It looks like the top base for Must is going to die. I don't see him saving that. He has held on to 2 of his bases, but Terran has a lot of bases of his own right now. And the last cannon's gonna fall, and Dandy has actually pushed his way up into the top. And now we have about a 70 supply difference. Things looking bad indeed for Must. Dandy with army kind of everywhere. Completely maxed now. 3-3 upgrades. Must actually has 3-2-2 himself, but... Man, this game is really disappointing. Must absolutely at like every point should have won this game, but he really blew 2 critical engagements that cost him the game, and both were engagements that, in my opinion, if he won, he basically wins the game outright. Must trying to expand again below Terran, but has lost this bottom base. Yeah, Bisu's only undefeated in SWBi, so he's really underrated, or overrated rather. Like, people must think he, like, you know, has his opponents have like negative win rates against him or something. Alright, so we got a move destruction of goons over here. And really there's not much left for Must to do in this game. He's just about out of mining. And he's kind of mining. Well, actually, wait, there's still an army over here. There's still an army. A small one. But an army is an army. Vadihi all killed and reverse 4 killed. It's the Bisu train of death. I don't know how anyone can say Bisu's uninteresting if they're serious. I don't understand how you could think Bisu of all people is uninteresting. I do agree with Iris Fan though. He has the right of that. So we're kind of having a weird engagement here, but Must is... This is kind of a weird engagement, but there's going to be enough tanks. I think that Must is just going to die, and there's not really enough eco to sustain it. So, again, I ask you, why not scam? I really want to know. I really want to know. So Must has 1 mining base now and about 70-68 supply against a Terran with 185 supply. Seems like a problem. And GG has been spoken, and that will have the surprising, at least to me, result of lag-free 4-3 over iFU. What is it for Zerg? If it's Psi for Protoss and Supply for Terran, what is it for Zerg? Control? Yeah, I saw that Raise, you typed it. Alright, so that's it for today. I guess thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, I don't know. If someone wants to tell me why we didn't see scan and scan, I would love to know. But yeah, thanks for watching. Some pretty good, entertaining games today. A lot of long games to do. Pretty long cast. 4.5 hours. So thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next weekend.